This is the closing market report for Monday on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Riley Smith. On the phone right now with Bill Moore of Price Futures Group as we wrap up another day in the ag marketplace. Bill, what have we seen going on in the grain and livestock markets today?
Well, the market's trying to wrap its head around the most recent news from President Trump, about the Supreme Court ruling his tariffs unconstitutional by 6-3 margin. Two of those judges were ones he appointed. So it's a big defeat by Trump, but he countered over the weekend with announcing tariffs on Friday of 10%. Another way he can do tariffs, and then he increased those to 15%. So there's a lot of uncertainty in the markets as to how much impact the Supreme Court ruling in the last week or on Friday is going to have on the markets, because there's other ways he can impose tariffs. Anyway, it's kind of again, the market doesn't like uncertainty, and today probably reflected that more so in the beans than anything else. You take a look at March beans, day chart of them, or a 5-minute chart early on, as recently as 11 o'clock, they were 11.48, and then they had a big break from there to right in front of the close with 15 minutes left. Their market's down to 11.34, so that's about a 14-cent break since mid-morning. So the market really doesn't know what to make of this news, I think, and Trump is supposed to meet with President Xi the 1st of April to hammer out some kind of a deal. That's positive news. Last week the South China Express, China newspaper, said that was very optimistic about a trade deal. It's really, again, it's just continues to lump uncertainty upon uncertainty, and as far as the trade situation with our big partners, it's kind of muddies the water here. Is this going to have any impact at all? China talked about finding another 8 million metric tons of our beans this year. Is that going to happen with China? With the South American prices so much under the U.S., and China is already pretty flush in grain, and South America just about to harvest a record bean crop for Brazil, and a record corn crop from Argentina, about 30% down in the bean crop. So there's a lot of question marks, more questions maybe than answers right now. But overall, my take, I'm still leaning from the political side of this thing, and Trump is a powerful man. He knows how to win elections. We saw that in 2024, and this year is a midterm election in November. He's behind in the polls. This latest setback from the Supreme Court, I don't know how much he's going to set back his tariffs, but it's another indication that he's not popular. His policies aren't popular. The Minneapolis immigration raids turned out to be a disaster. 2 people killed. Anyway, he's behind. He needs the farm vote, and he had it in 2024, and he needs it for the midterms. And I think he's going to do what he can to help the farmer, and this will bode well for these egg prices going forward. So overall, you got exports supporting the market and breaks, and the record South American crop, whatever it tends to be, ends up being is capping the rallies. I've heard as high as 182, 183 million metric tons on the bean crop from Brazil, but Brazil's own private estimator, CONAB, pegged it at 178 last week. So we'll see what happens. We did have some export news this morning, which is very good in the corn. Over 2 million metric tons sold last week. It's a good number anytime it's over 2. Plus, we had a flash sale of corn to Colombia this morning, 125,000 metric tons. So that was some good news as well. We first notice day is this Friday for the March contracts, and that's about all the news in the grains. Market just trying to still resolve in some own mind, with this Supreme Court ruling on Trump's tariffs that they're unconstitutional, how that's going to impact the market. Livestock-wise, we had a Had an on-feed report last Friday at 2 o'clock. The numbers were pretty neutral, but I think the market had rallied, anticipating a friendly report. So we're seeing a little whiplash and backlash in the markets. In fact, the markets are closed right now. April cattle closed down about 270. I think it was a little overbought, and looking for good numbers in the report. They really were neutral numbers, and so the market may be disappointed in that. The placements were at 95.3, looking for 96. It's still I think a 9-year low, and the placements may be more than that. Of course, the cattle herd's on a 7-year low. Total cattle on feed 98.2, looking for 98.4. So not much there. I think the market was pumped up expecting a bullish report. When it came out neutral, we corrected as well. The hogs holding on today to their gains. Hog markets had a big break. If you look at the chart of April hogs, market has broken since early February, about $7, but it has come back now a little bit. And I think overall the primary movement in livestock going forward is the upcoming grilling season demand. It was the best demand period of the year for pork and beef. It's February. We had some warm days last week. We still got some winter to go, but grilling season is right around the corner. The demand, I think, is going to push cattle and hog prices higher in the middle of March.
All right, Bill, lots of great information today. For anyone who would like to get in touch for more marketing information and check out your newsletter, how can they do that?
630-947-5176. wmore@pricegroup.com. Check out my newsletter, Agmaster, or www.pricegroup.com, the company website. Look at the bios of Jack Scoville and myself. We've both been there a long time. We'd love to help you out.
That again was Bill Moore of Price Futures Group. We'll look at the numbers next.
Growers have spoken, and they're raving about Storin corn herbicide. We surveyed over 1,000 customers who've made the switch to Storin, and 99% said they'd recommend it to a friend. That's right, 99%. With a 9 out of 10 satisfaction rating, it's clear why Storin is the herbicide customers can count on. But don't just take our word for it. Ask your Syngenta retailer or visit StorinReviews.com to read testimonials from Storin users near you. Always read and follow label instructions.
At the close, March corn went unchanged at $4.27 March soybeans down 3 1/4 at $11.34 1/4. March soybean meal down $1.10 at $3.0870. Soybean oil up 47 cents at $59.39. Chicago wheat down 4 even at $5.69 1/2. Kansas City hard red winter wheat down 12 1/4 at $5.60 even. Minneapolis spring wheat down a nickel at $5.82 1/4. March oats down 3/4 cent at $3.29 1/4. On the Merc, April live cattle down $2.75 at $239.25. March feeders down $3.72 at $3.64.30. April lean hogs up 2 cents at $93.70. Pork cutout went unchanged at $103.40. And March Class 3 milk down 3 cents at $16.48. That's been a check of the closing market prices. Thanks again to Bill Moore of Price Futures Group for joining us today here on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, where Iowa Ag matters. I'm Riley Smith.